Alright, hello everyone. Welcome back to another video. Today isn't really necessarily special. I just felt like recording a level 6 just because I feel like I haven't posted in a little bit. So this is just kind of going to be a standalone level 6 daily sniping video. Um, I played like all the other levels today already, so I don't want to go into... So I have no other choice but to play like level 6. Otherwise it's like level 3, level 2, level 1. And, those are boring and I feel like, you can only learn so much from it. So I'm posting level 6 today just because I feel like there's always a lot to learn from it. So our first match is Tayen, which is any 4 of 8, and it's Halogenic versus Crash. So it should probably be a pretty good spy game, but let's see. And let's start it now. Obviously, got to watch for bug, but no one's next to the ambassador, so we're good. Toby, we got to watch where he's going as well. ABH, and then 3A are the statues. And then Bling Twin is the one in the center. Or no, sorry. Plane Twin's the one in the center. Wasn't watching Purloin a lot there, but if it does go off, I have a bunch of good lowlights, so I wasn't going to be too mad about that. And now we're watching for bug again. I don't think Duke could have even possibly bugged there. Queen also with a middle statue inspect, but we actually watch her bug because the ambassador was next to her, so we just take the shot. And yeah, nothing crazy here, just was highlighting for statues, watching bug at the same time, and maybe the mistake that some people could have made right there, and this is why Halogenic went for this bug, is because you would have just given up the ambassador right there because you assume that Queen is going to follow the correct etiquette and just walk away. However, they do not, in fact, do that. So it ends up being just a free shot there, nothing too crazy that game. And then yeah, now obviously Queen has a really free path to victory here. BB isn't shot for the BB, so just has one more flirt to go, and it's over. And she won that one against Crash, but it was a good game. I think um, it really teaches the importance because I wouldn't really have been watching her that hard if it wasn't for the fact that she was in middle inspec, which means that she finishes inspects here. But Ambassador coming right next door is such a, it's such a gift for her that I was like, okay, if I was Queen, I'd take that bug. But luckily, we don't have to worry about that too much. And we're watching it, and we take the shot. Okay, so Library any 5 of 8, probably my favorite venue to snipe. And let's go. So statues first, AHH, and then HBB. Maybe Flicker for time ads here. Toby's not offering to anybody yet, and no one's really next to the Ambassador. Sorry does not take the bug. Let's watch for Bookcase. Rockers at the blue. Teal goes to center inspects. And we actually just see Disney take a bug. So that is another nice, easy shot just because we saw the bug. I only saw the end of it, but you can kind of see like the animation. That's kind of what I saw right there, that little thing. And then you can kind of see his arm like go back into place there. And then, yeah, let's see. What else do we do this game? So, yeah, contact. We ended up doing prints and then inspects as well. But, I mean, when you see a free bug at the beginning of the game, you just take the shot on it. So, we get rewarded for being diligent about watching bug. Good thing we saw it because fingerprints are always pretty hard to track, but don't have to worry about that because we saw a bug. So, there you go. It pays to stick to a routine. Okay, any 4 of 8 ballroom now. And let's go. We have AHA, so, and then AAH. So we have Aha. Okay, so red dress goes in on the right statue here. Teal is the first off her. Kane watch checks. And I was watching Buns there maybe for potential microphone, but I don't think I saw anything, so. Watching Ambassador. Red dress goes right next to the conversation next to her, so I'm going to watch red dress for a bug here. Very spy-like to go that short of a distance and that straight. And we do get offered to from Toby. But it looks correct, so no reason to get any more suspicious about it. Now, in watching that bug, we had to give up the first print of the game, so someone does have a print. White dress slid onto the pad there, so we could low-lit it. And no timeouts have gone off. Irish waited a long time. I'm expecting maybe a bug here, but Ambassador stopped, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. I know Kane was from the green bookcase. And still no Purloin. Yeah, and now, like, here's the thing. Now that this party's kind of dead, so, you kind of want to start, like, re-going over who has Prince and who doesn't.
And the end of red.
So yeah, Buns and Duke and Irish can all be low lit because they were out of conversation. There's no Purloin chain at the moment, so it's just Teal who rejects. Smallman's getting offered to, rejects. So I doubt it's the spy if it is Smallman, but okay, White Dress getting offered to. So I'm gonna say that if the list gets taken, it's probably just Teal. Okay, Sorry goes to center. And I don't think she has any other missions. I don't really. There's no issues Bug because I've been watching Bug pretty diligently all game. Unless she had a bug at the back conversation, but I can't see the list. Okay, the list is still there. And now I'm going to watch for the bug. I'm expecting Sorry to bug here, maybe. But in fact, Teal bugs. And maybe a green Purloin pending? No. I thought that she would have had a Purloin pending. But yeah, actually, this was a really good bug timing. I actually really like the bug timing here. But unfortunately, I'm just watching bug because Sorry might be able to finish missions if she has the bug. She also would have got low lit there if I had saw that at the end, but we were able to take the shot before we even needed to get to that. So yeah, like I said, this game was pretty standard as well, just keeping on our routine and just taking the first shot that we see a hardtail on. And there wasn't too much complicated. And a lot of these games have just been kind of just straight up camping. There's no need to really like play a sort of behavioral game because camping has just done the job for us. But yeah, we find the bug. They white Purloin later on in the game, and they end up finishing missions and winning. But let's see. So let's go back before the bug. And at this stage of the game, like, there's really no one that's really that suspicious to me. Like, I don't know if Irish or Buns are like. I think Buns is a low light. So I think Irish and Buns might be low lights here because I didn't see anybody else's statues. Unless they weren't, then that's my bad. Oh no, Irish was a low light. I know for a fact. And then I think Buns is also a low light. Yeah.
And the end of red.
Yeah, so the other statue goers were lowlights, so at this point in the game, the only person who was any amount of suspicious was like Sorry. But no need to take a shot on Sorry if we don't have a fourth mission yet. So we can just wait it out, watch Bug, and saw Teal Bug, and we shot her. Okay, so we have another 4 of 8 ballroom setup. And same game plan as last time, memorize statues real quick and watch Bug. So we have BHB, and then HAA. And Tex actually with a center inspect. Kane has the first reject. Queen takes out a book. Okay. Wasn't able to see if the Purloin had gone off there, but it did not, luckily. Watching Bug there. Teal. Okay, Salmon joins Teal on that bookcase. Um, Queen returns a briefcase. There's no chain at this point in time. Salmon takes the book out. No bug from Bling Twin. There has been no swap at the moment. Okay, there's a slide from Wheels. And Queen returns the book correctly. Sorry, does not in fact swap the statue. So at this point in time, we're still just waiting for missions. I have a feeling that there's not much progress at the moment. At the moment, I'm just watching Sorry for a potential bug, but she doesn't. Teal with a reject. Queen. Queen's not suspicious to me because even if she has Prince, she doesn't have any other mission. Bling Twin, I'm not sure if he bugged or not, but I don't think he did. Tex goes right on top of Plain Twin there, which is a little suspicious to me. Salmon. Okay. Take our free lowlights there. I don't think that Kane could have BB'd there either. And yet again, Okay, yep, there's a bug from Irish. That's why I was going to say that there still hasn't been any progress. Oh, and I actually missed the swap, so my bad. But either way, I mean, it was a side statue, so I wasn't really watching it too hard because I knew I would still had time to watch for another mission. But yeah, I probably should mention that throughout the middle of the game, make sure you are going over and reviewing your statues, because if you don't, then this can happen, and you can just sometimes people can just swap in the middle of the game when you're not expecting it, and it's such a good play because it's not expected. But yeah, luckily yet again, I'm watching Bug very. Bug is such an easy mission to miss. That's why it's probably the best that you always want to be watching it. So, I'm glad that I was watching the bug. So, yeah, there we go. Found the spy with another bug. My bad for missing the swap there. I will try to, do better this time. Okay, so it's pub. I'm probably going to use some pathing here. It's Martini versus Wrestler. I feel like pub is a mix of like camping, pathing out the doors of the pub, and then watching delegates and bugs. So that's probably what I'm going to do. And let's go. So we have Dove, and let's do this as our angle. Okay. So, okay, teal might be time adding. Okay, so Disney currently is the only delegate with white dress. So, oh yeah, okay, now teal, of course. Okay, but Disney with a good path. I like Disney's path. Wheels goes to statues. I like white dress's path there, so I think I'll low light it. Seek. Okay, Salmon's path was like whatever there. Wasn't great, wasn't bad. Teal's path is good. I think I'm just gonna low light it. Plain Twins path looks pretty decent. Okay, wait, we gotta watch Wheels path out of the bar now. Wheels goes into that other one. Looks like he slid onto that pad, but I could be seeing things. Plain Twin I don't know about. Plain Twin seems kind of spy-like to me, but uh, I'm not sure. Obviously, there's no Prince in the game yet because Ambassador hasn't moved. I really don't think that it's. I don't think that it's Wheels. I'm gonna low light Wheels. I'm pretty sure he slid, and he also had some nice paths. Okay, I missed a watch check somewhere, and I remember Seek was on the window pad. Rocker Kane. Okay, I liked Kane's path a lot there.
Banana bread.
Okay. General Rocker and Taft were the only people in real conversation, I'm pretty sure. I don't think any of them have any mission completions quite yet, so I'm not going to worry. Ambassador thankfully does not take a print on the bar. So right now I'm probably assuming that it's like General Rocker or Red Dress, but that remains to be seen.
Banana bread.
Rocker splits from conversation, but technically she already had real BB. And let's see if she bugs here. She's probably going to straight up take the list, I'd have to imagine. General's delegate ran out, and then actually we saw that Sikh just bugged. So I don't know what I low lit him for though. Did I accidentally low light Sikh? I don't know why I low lit Sikh. Yeah, that was it for the BB maybe? Okay, I don't know why I low lit Sikh, but I think that was just straight up a mistake. I think I did not mean to do that. So that's my bad. I'm trying to think what I low lit Sikh for. Let's see. Yeah, okay, so it was him that did the time ad. I did see that, and I think I did mention it because I saw him sip at Windows. Yeah, path is whatever. The path is kind of bad, honestly. All right, let's see though. Yeah, and then we don't move, and I'm assuming I low lit him somewhere around here. Hmm. Well, I will say this was a very lucky sniper win. I should have been much more on top of like not low lighting him. I don't know why I low lit him though. That's such a weird low light. That must have been a pure accident.
Banana bread.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm trying to find out why I low lit him. That way I can explain my mistake, but I don't actually know why I low lit him. So I'm I'm just gonna assume that I low lit him maybe because I just thought like he couldn't have done the time ad for whatever reason, but I'm pretty sure I thought he did the time ad in my head, but I don't know. But anyway, yeah, we got lucky. I was watching Rocker because I want to see if Rocker would bug, and luckily for me, I get bailed out by Sikh just taking a bug right in my face and watching Rocker for this straight up take here, which she does not do, and I was able to catch the win there. So luckily, I got saved because of a bug. I think we're 5 for 5 in terms of watching bugs. So it pays to be able to watch your bugs, as you can see. So my bad there on that low light there. I don't know why. I don't remember why I low lit. Maybe I can't even think of a reason why I would even low light, but maybe I don't know because I even thought about Seek like I was like, okay, C could have done the timeout because I remember him on like the right windows over there, and then I think Rocker, Red Dress, and then Kane maybe were also like at windows at some point. So they were kind of all my top susses, but I didn't have any mission progress from them, so I wasn't able to shoot for anything yet. But okay, we have a gallery game here, my favorite venue. So let's go. Laugh and Nunu, it looks like. Yeah, Laugh and Nunu. Ambassador goes right in the middle of the painting pads. So twin is the first highlight, or the twin's the first rejector. Duke's from the left side of the books. Okay, Kane and C got the credit with a bug there. I wasn't watching them. Red dress walks away. So plain twin and red dress both have rejects. Okay, Duke returns correctly, which I like to see. Okay, Taft takes a book out from the right side. Queen with the first fingerprint of the game. Red dress has been taking a lot of nice sort of etiquette that has been doing a lot of nice etiquette, so I'm not that suspicious of Red Dress. Still, I think Seek and Kane, I think I have had the credit for the bug, so we'll see. Laugh Nunu, so I think our statues still haven't changed unless I misremembered them. Okay, that's to general, and no purling goes off. Okay, I think I'm finally gonna low light Red Dress. Salmon rejects, I think. Duke's back at the left side. Buns is on the left side now. I'm pretty sure that was a microfilm from Buns, if I'm not mistaken. If I hear a BB like right now, I'm gonna just shoot her. Is this the white BB? I'm expecting a bug here. Okay, maybe it wasn't, but like that really looked like a microfilm animation, so I'm very confused. Okay, Teal takes a drink. I still. Oh, okay, yep, it is. It is Buns. I think she put back a bug and then took one again for the print. So I think I can finally shoot her. I'm assuming that was for a print, right? Yeah, she took the print. So just to explain what happened. I saw this animation right here. You can see her head turned to the left there, and I'll show you it with my mouse. That way you can see it. I know it's a little subtle. She's over here. You see her head turned to the left. Watch very closely. See that head turned to the left. That means that's a green microfilm. And then, she went next to the ambassador, so I was watching to see if maybe she would bug, but she did not bug. So I will just show you the path again, and we'll just watch her this time, and I'll show you what she did. She put the book back correctly, and then retook another book just so that she could get the fingerprint, which is something I have actually done before myself, which is why when I realized she did that, I was like, okay, that has to be the spy. Which obviously it's an etiquette break. You can't do this. This is illegal. But yeah, so it puts the book back, takes another book again for the fingerprint. Not allowed to do that, but it is a very nice play if the sniper doesn't catch it, which in this case it would appear that the sniper did not catch it. But a very nice game. I mean, with fingerprints and microfilm, and I don't think I had a print with the other print. Where was the other print? It was at the briefcase. Okay, yeah, I didn't have that briefcase, so luckily I had that print. But yeah,
In
this
the
is a pretty
underbred.
good game from the spy actually. This would have been a pretty hard game to snipe against, I will say. Very nice mission plans, nice ideas. I love the microfilm and I really like the fingerprint on the green bookcase. And yeah, two green animation microfilms as well. Very hard game to snipe against, but we, managed to catch it because we are diligent about watching our missions. I will admit though that green microfilm catch was a pretty nice lucky catch, but sometimes it just helps to kind of be on top of things because like as I was on top of like people returning, um, I didn't know where Buns got the book, so I was watching her just a little bit to see like what she maybe was doing, and I happened to catch it. So explaining like how I find these shots is kind of hard sometimes because it's just like sometimes I'll just be watching things just because I have a feeling that either something like is going to happen or the spy could be in some certain area, and it's just all an intuition thing sometimes because um, for me, there's no reason why I can explain like why I'm watching Buns there. She's also behind a full conversation in a spy spot that people typically like to microfilm from, so it makes sense to shoot her in that perspective as well. But anything else other than that, because I didn't have the fingerprint, so honestly, just a lucky catch on the green microfilm. I'm happy that I, decided to watch it for a little bit, but I think Ambassador was also in the back there, so it makes sense I'm watching that as well. Same thing with Toby; he was also in that general vicinity. So it makes a lot of sense why I was watching it. So while I would consider it like a lucky catch, I think it's still, you have to be looking at the right place at the right time sometimes, and you just get that down with experience. Okay, but anyway, we have Aquarium 4 of 8, so let's go. Not to delay any longer. Dove and Nunu. No bug from Kane, at least as far as I think. I'm watching for a cheese microfilm, but I don't see one. Seek's on the third statue. Dove Nunu, and then Nest. Kane could easily microfilm there. I don't think he did, however. First drink is to Plane Twin, I think. Okay, no swap has gone off yet, but I will still kind of watch it just to make sure. Seek's path looks pretty okay. So Plane Twin and Salmon at 13. Okay, General with a bug path. It's behind Shark, so I just have to credit it for now. Plane Twin does the couch, but I really like the path entry in after the couch, so I'm not just gonna low light just because they did the couch. The little wiggle. Okay, so Salmon, Plane Twin, and Kane.
In the underbred.
And Kane could not have done that BB. And there's only 3 real BBs, Blink Twin, Duke, and Salmon. Salmon's delegate is still active, so I might be able to get him if he sends Salmon. Alice doesn't bug. Okay, Duke switches convo, insta-talks, which is a little spy-like considering he's the one who has real BB. But I'm assuming it could also just be a fake, so yeah. General's path there isn't exactly like too AI-like. Like, I believe a human could do that path, but okay, so right now there's only there's no delegates active. So luckily for us, the list kind of resets a little bit. Salmon with a fingerprint. Okay, so Buns, Bling, and Taft. Okay, we Ambassador goes to the second statue. Seek goes to the blue bookcase for the first time, so I'm not going to bother watching it. I like Buns' path. We're going to low light it. Okay, General goes to the green bookcase. focus here a little bit. Okay, Smallman. I like Salmon's path. I'm gonna low light it. Sorry, I could easily like try and swap here, so I'm gonna watch that a little bit. I really am not expecting any delegates to go off at the current moment. Okay, Bling Twin. So Sikh it couldn't have been. I don't think Bling Twin has another mission is the issue. So I cannot shoot this in good faith. Okay, it is Bling Twin though. And I missed a bug. Oh, I think I credited this. Yeah, I did credit that, I think, in my head. Yeah, I would say Bling Twin was like my number one sus there. I didn't expect any delegates to really be going off. So I kind of thought it was an immediate take, because, yeah, all these were like done at like 50. Yeah, Salmon was a low light as well, so that's why I wasn't really sus of him. Taft hadn't really done much all game, and Buns just wasn't suspicious to me. Yeah. Yeah, I think I definitely could have found this shot. I think Blinkton was like my number one suspicion. I should have shot right here. This talk and then insta talk is very like suspicious to me, but I didn't have a fourth mission, so I was okay waiting. And I think like I feel like every single thing in my body was screaming that it's the spy, but I still wanted to have a little bit of composure and not just shoot just because I feel like it is the spy. Because I didn't have a fourth mission. I didn't have the bug. Like obviously, okay, Blink Twin has Purloin, which I knew, but um, I think it also is partially my fault too, because I think I forgot who the three real BBs were, and I think had I remembered this, I probably could have found the shot. Because if you look, there's only three real BBs, Bling, Duke, and Salmon. Salmon was a low light. So I think this whole game was just really my fault. I think I should have instantly shot Bling Twin under the knowledge that BB had gone off. So I think my main mistake this game was just not watching uh wasn't watching Purloins close enough, and then also forgetting who like the three real BBs were. I think at this point in time I could just take down all of my statue lights and just bring up highlights for real BBs because if no, I mean if they're low lit, then I don't have to really worry anymore because Salmon got a low light and Duke I don't think was like suspicious at all to me like at any point in the game. So and that leaves Bling Twin who also did take straight up take a Purloin there. So you see how like even when you lose you can kind of still analyze and figure out where things went wrong. It's not just oh I lost because I wasn't on top of a mission. There's a lot of factors that go into it and it's analyzing at every point in the game what you were looking at, what else you could have been looking at, and taking into account all the information that you could have gotten during the game after the analysis and then putting it in the game plan in the game and then seeing okay would this information have helped me if I had it in the game, and that one key piece of information I think would have allowed me to take the shot in addition to a direct purloin, the only real contact, and then the quick flirt and stop talk at the end, which I also thought was a flirt, but didn't take the shot because I didn't have the bug, but I probably had it credited at some point in the game. So I want to see what I was looking at here. So yeah, I saw General's path here, Sharks going by. Yeah, I think I saw this, but I don't know if the Shark was even covering it really though. Because I feel like I remember being able to see all of Twin there and not thinking that there was a bug. But either way, I mean I don't think the bug even really matters. I think the fact that we are the only BB and real BB besides like Duke, and we also have a direct purloin, that would have been enough to give me the shot, I think. But uh, It's all good. So now our last game hopefully ends up on a win, so we can 7-1. It's going to be Fire Playing versus Zero Doom, any 5 of the library. So let's go. And ABH, Smallman could have had a bug. ABH and ABH, so that's nice. Redress looked like she could have bugged there, so I'm going to highlight that. Alice is the first offer from the Purloin. And then Kane and James Bond are in the middle bookcase together. Okay, watch Taft here. Taft puts the book away. That's what I like to see. And the ambassador goes to the second statue. Rocker takes a drink, but no Purloin goes off. Goes to General. General takes. First briefcase of the game is down. Irish is
In the
probably
end of
going to
red.
get it, or not. And that was a BB and reject by Plane Twin, so we're going to keep that in mind. Remember not to just freak out and take lowlights every single time BB goes off. You want to look at the whole party first, but in this case, the Purloin does not go off, so we're all good. There is going to be another print at green eventually, because Amba is in green books. But 5 lowlights at this point in the game I think is too much. I think it's going to be a pretty easy game to snipe from here on out. 5 lowlights is absolutely massive, so uh, Smallman, I think, was at center there. And goes back to the. So I think at this point I'm crediting Smallman with statues. And also don't forget that Disney or James Bond, whatever you want to call him, just rejected a drink. Purloin does not go off, however. Smallman does not swap the statue yet. Rocker is from the middle bookcase. And that is. I don't. That looked like a bug from Kane, but I don't think it was.
In the end of red.
Oh, maybe it was. Okay, I'm assuming that was a bug from Kane. It could have been his idle animation, which is the only reason why I'm not going to shoot. Also, Blink Twin has the book from Blue Books, by the way. Taft rejects here, so if list goes, it's Taft. And yeah, now we're basically just waiting for confirmation to see if Kane is actually the spy. Kane's probably going to go to center inspects. Okay, he actually goes to green books here and gets a fingerprint. But bug fingerprint is not enough missions. He's already been to green bookcase once in the game. And that was at the beginning with Disney. I'm assuming that this is going to go into the wrong shelf. But we'll let him, we'll just, Blink Twin also returns correctly. He also goes next to Disney again. So I think it's safe to say that I have enough information that right now I would just take the shot onto Kane, but I'm going to keep watching just for your guys' sake here so that you can see he's probably going to go take the book to the wrong bookcase. So if you want to work on being able to just confirm your thoughts, uh, now you can do it. And yeah, now you know there's no reason to even really be watching him here, so we could just still go around the party, make sure no one has swapped. Um, Kane hasn't been to another bookcase, at least to my knowledge. So, yeah, I'm not that suspicious of him. I'm expecting center inspects here right now. If he goes to center inspects, I'll just shoot him, but okay, there it is. And 7-1 is not that bad of a scoreline. Okay, yeah, the bug didn't take 2. I'll show you why I thought it was him. So, so it was this path right here. You can see his kind of arm go. But I want to see if his idle animation goes off so I can see what I didn't want to have happen. So yeah, I saw that, but let's see his idle animation.
In the end of red.
Yeah, I had this BB. At that point, I have 7 lowlights, and so like the party is already down to like 7 people. I want to see if he'll do the thing that I think that you can kind of confuse with a bug. Well, of course, he's not going to do it when I want him to show me. Let's see. Okay, I'm trying to find what I want to show, but he's not doing it. So, all right, whatever. Anyway, all you need to know is that Kane has one idle animation that looks like a bug from that same angle, so I wanted to make sure that that's not what I saw. So I wanted to be completely sure that it wasn't just that I wasn't just seeing things. Um, but yeah, so we got the green bookcase print. That's what I watched there. We returned to the same bookcase, which is interesting to me. I was expecting, yeah, center inspects, and there must have been, oh yeah, there must have still been a print on that center inspect, because I remember there was a print on the second statue. I didn't have this print, but I think one print is always enough, especially if it's not from like a briefcase, to give me enough suspicion to just credit prints normally. But even here, I mean, that technically is 5 missions: center inspects, bug, and a fingerprint credit, which is what I gave him. And the only reason why I wanted to hold was just so that I could see, what he would do. This is the good part because, on these like high mission count venues where it's like any 5 of 8, like Veranda or Library, and sometimes Modern, you kind of have the liberty of confirming your suspicions. So even if someone does fingerprint, you could still wait for them to do a couple more things. You don't have to just shoot them right away, which is I think what a lot of like sort of intermediate snipers and like newer snipers do, is that they'll take a shot the second they think someone's a spy, but that's not always the case, and that's not always what you should do. Now, it was the case on Aquarium last game. However, Aquarium was a special case because had I had that real BB remembered in my mind, I thought about it at the end of the game, but I wasn't able to remember it, so I didn't want to use it as evidence. But had I had that in my mind, I could have found the shot. However, unfortunately, I end up throwing, and that's just what happens. So but anyway, that is level 6. Unfortunately, we choked a little bit at the end there, 7-1. It always feels really bad not to get that 8 of 8 score, but it's all good. But hopefully you guys learned something from this. I'm not gonna go too much into detail. It's just a shorter one. I think most of the other ones are like an hour long, but I don't want to talk too much. Um, just in the interest of keeping it sort of bite-sized and digestible. But that's going to be it for me for this video. I'll probably do another one soon, just try and keep these pumping out so that way I can have a lot more of these educational videos on my channel. So that's going to be it for me, and I'll see you in the next video, guys.